Hello, it's Thursday the 3rd of March. My name is Brenda Mullan. I'm an analyst with AHDB Cereals and Oilseeds. Today I'm going to talk you through a summary of the latest UK cereals supply and demand forecasts which were updated by DEFRA last week. It's important to note that this is the first time that DEFRA's final production figures have been incorporated in the balance sheets. So this has led to higher supplies for the wheat, barley and oats balance sheets. So to start with wheat, along with higher production and a strong import pace through the first 6 months of the season, supplies have been revised up by over 300,000 tonnes on November's estimates. While we're already expecting human and industrial demand to be down on the year, we've also seen a downward revision for animal feed, and this is based on the fact that the first 6 months DEFRA usage figures have showed that wheat has not increased in rations at the rate that we would have expected it to. A combination of the higher supplies and lower demand has meant that the wheat balances of supply and demand has increased to almost 5.5 million tonnes. And taking account of the estimated minimum operating stock requirement, this leaves almost 4 million tonnes of wheat to either be exported or carried forward into 2016-17. For barley, although we've seen a sharp drop in human and industrial demand, we've actually seen an increase in the barley usage for animal feed in this balance sheet. For the first half of the season, the usage data showed barley in rations at relatively high levels. And one of the key decision factors for including barley in animal feed rations is the price relationship between feed barley and feed wheat. And you can see from the graph that the discount of barley compared with wheat has decreased from around £15 a tonne to about £6 or £7 a tonne now. And this is getting close to the level at which we would expect to see barley falling out of rations. So this price relationship is going to be key as to the level of barley used in animal feed for the rest of the season. Slightly higher demand overall has not been enough to offset the higher supplies in the barley balance sheet, so we've also included a forecast for an increase in the barley balance in this update. The maize balance sheet has been quite interesting this year because demand has been down across many of the demand categories, while imports have still been coming in at considerable pace. But based on industry information, we're expecting the maize import pace to slow in the second half of the season. And if this is realised, it will be the lowest full season maize imports for 4 years. One of the key factors for maize demand for the UK this year has been animal feed usage in Northern Ireland. While maize hasn't been competitive for use on a UK basis, in Northern Ireland it has been more economical as a feed ration. And finally, for oats, the human and industrial demand for oats is one of the only sectors in the balance sheet that we've seen growth in this season. The first 6 months usage demand from DEFRA shows that oat millers demand was up 9% on the year. In contrast, oats demand in animal feed is down year on year, and the combination of lower production and a relatively good quality crop has meant that less has been available for animal feed. You can read more on this summary in today's prospects article, which is published at the AHDB Cereals and Oilseeds Market website.